Una romana para pesar el dinero que toditas las semanas le roban al pobre obrero. Para pesar el dinero que toditas las semanas le roban al pobre obrero. Cuando querrá el Dios del cielo que la tortilla se vuelva. Cuando querrá el Dios del cielo que la tortilla se vuelva.
In the rich tapestry of Chicano history, Paula, Crisostomo emerges as a beacon of resilience and activism.
Born on June 6, 1950, in a housing project in Boyle Heights,
Paula grew up as the eldest girl in a family of 8 kids. Her mother, a community leader, organized the local mothers, planning events and meetings for the neighborhood. Paula's upbringing instilled a strong sense of responsibility as she juggled cooking, cleaning, and babysitting her younger siblings. In the turbulent 1960s, East Los Angeles faced rampant racism and inequality. Paula, a bright student at Lincoln High School, confronted adversity. Inspired by her mother's community leadership, Paula's connection with her roots deepened. At Lincoln High School, Paula met her mentor, Saul Castro, one of her teachers who invited her to the Mexican-American Leadership Conference, sponsored by the County Human Relations Commission. Paula's worldview expanded. This experience ignited the spark of activism that would define her future. March 6, 1968, marked a pivotal moment when Paula, along with thousands of students, orchestrated the East LA walkouts, a historical stand against substandard education and racism. The walkouts aimed to shatter the chains of inequality and awaken the nation to the struggles of Chicano students. This courageous act led to arrests, police brutality, and opposition. Paula's resilience and commitment to justice became evident as she faced adversity. On March 31st, 1968, Paula, Saul Castro, and others faced charges of conspiracy. The legal battle captured the nation's attention, turning courtrooms into stages for their fight against educational injustice. Paula's quotes from interviews during this time underlined the challenges they faced. I had a geometry teacher. We were supposed to be working quietly at our desks, and I got up to ask him a question. He very loudly, because he wanted the rest of the class to hear it, said, "Oh, Paula, why are you wasting your time? You're not going to go to college."
absolutely disgusting behavior from someone who's supposed to be your teacher.
Why did the administration ultimately give in to some proposals? The lengthy process requiring changes in law and the students politically unsophisticated at the time faced challenges. Over the years, spurred by community pressure, some of the larger demands were implemented, reflecting the impact of the walkouts. I'm really awed by these students, by standing up when the adults did not, just as we did, Paula. Amidst victories and setbacks, Paula's leadership persevered. The struggles inside and outside the courtroom shaped her into a symbol of resilience. In the aftermath, Paula continued her activism, contributing to the empowerment of the Chicano community. Her dedication extended beyond the walkouts, creating a lasting legacy for future generations. Side note, Paula is also part Filipina. Knowing about the long struggles in the Philippines, it's understandable as why, too, she is so resilient. How does Paula see the legacy of the movement in current student activism? Paula expresses pride in current student adopting walkouts as a strategy, recognizing the effectiveness they experienced. However, she questions the vilification faced by movements like Black Lives Matter, highlighting the persistent challenges faced by people of color in activism today, still to this day. I had the privilege of having Sal Castro as a teacher, and he was an out-of-the-box sort of guy, especially for those times. Paula. Paula is a leader in the struggle for Chicano equality and against racism. In March 1968, at the age of 17, she led the largest high school student protest in American history, known as the East LA Walkouts. To stand up against the deplorable quality of education and racism, she is a longtime activist for Chicano equality and currently serves as a director of government and community relations for Occidental College in Los Angeles. Crisostomos is also the assistant dean of students for intercultural affairs at NASPA. Also, before we go, I would like to mention the movie Walkout, an impactful story about Paula Crisostomos. The film stars Alexa Penavega as Paula, yes,
Carmen Cortez from Spy Kids played as Paula.
The movie vividly portrays the historic 1968 walkouts, offering a compelling visual representation of Paula's pivotal role in the Chicano movement. Paula, today an unwavering advocate for education and equality, remains an inspiration, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who dare to challenge the norm. Hey, just real quick, guys, I really appreciate you sticking around this long. Collective is almost close to our small goal of 1,000. If you could help by subscribing, liking, and clicking that bell icon, I really would appreciate it. And help us reach our goal. You could get a forehead smooch or two. But that's currently episode 2 of my series, Aztlan, Chicano Revolutionaries. Please come back next time, and I do appreciate you. I'm out.
I have no memory of anyone ever sitting me down and telling me what college was or what I needed to do or giving me an application.
The girls were nudged into secretarial courses. The boys were funneled into industrial arts. And speaking Spanish was forbidden. A student who spoke it was punished, just like the student who smoked or ditched class, with swats.
When I started asking, why this neglect, I started getting some real bogus answers. Mr. Castro, you're overly concerned. The kids, Mexican kids, have a charming passivity, and you don't want to, you don't want to change that, do you?
It was dispiriting enough that the parents had not known any better, had accepted that they would never see the titles doctor or professor in front of their children's names. But teachers who were supposed to trade in the potential of youth presumed that their brown students were predestined to work with their hands, not with their minds.
And so they had no expectations of us. They didn't push us. They didn't demand that we learn.
One man knew better, and he wanted better for his students. Sal Castro, a teacher at Lincoln High School, became the students' advisor and friend, and a strategic thinker in the campaign that none of them knew was coming, but which would engage all of them.
We trusted him. I trusted him, literally with my life at the time.
He brought to East LA the principles and practices of King and Chavez. Castro organized the Mexican-American Youth Leadership Conference with high school and college students. They formed a Chicano coalition and presented the school with demands for a broader curriculum. Castro knew he was putting his job at risk, and perhaps even his life.
It was a constant harassment. I used to get phone calls, you'll be dead by tomorrow. I was on a list called the Yankee Crier, people that there was a bounty on my head.
It was Castro's guidance, but the students' demands. They included small things like more ethnic food, but larger matters too. More Mexican-American history courses, more Mexican-American teachers and counselors, and more schools. They pleaded and made speeches, and they got exactly nada.